Alright, listen up. This video is not some magical solution to all your problems. If you're here thinking that watching this once will turn you into a perfect student overnight, then you're fooling yourself. What I'm about to share with you is based on my own experiences, how I managed to study effectively and achieve results. But here's the truth, nothing will change unless you do. This is going to take effort, commitment, and consistency from your side. Here's the deal. If you're serious about improving, I need a promise from you. Right now, commit to watching this video every day for the next 21 days. Yes, 21 days. You might be wondering why I'm asking this of you. The reason is simple. Habits don't change overnight. You might feel motivated today, but that feeling won't last unless you reinforce it repeatedly. You'll watch this today, feel pumped up, and by tomorrow, you'll likely forget everything unless you keep revisiting it. So, if you're serious about change, watch this regularly for the next 3 weeks. Let these lessons truly sink in. Don't just listen, internalize and apply what I'm about to share. Do we have a deal? Good. Now, let's dive into it. This is your disclaimer. If you're watching this, make sure you commit. This isn't a one-time fix. It's about building habits, and habits take time to form. Psychologists say it takes around 21 days to form a new habit. That's why I'm asking you to watch this video every day for 21 days. It's not about memorizing my words. It's about shifting your mindset, about slowly but steadily building the habits that will make you the student you've always wanted to be. In this video, it's just the first in a series of 3. Each video will be uploaded after 21 days, so you have the time to absorb, practice, and see real improvement before moving on to the next step. I promise you, after 63 days, yes, that's just a little over 2 months, you'll be back here thanking me in the comments for how far you've come. This journey isn't for everyone, but if you're serious about making a real change, stay with me. Now, let's talk about something crucial, memorization. In the Indian education system, memorization is not just important, it's a necessity. You can debate it, dislike it, even resent it, but at the end of the day, it's a reality you have to face. The system is designed in such a way that your ability to memorize can often determine your success. Think about it. Whether it's formulas in mathematics, dates in history, or definitions in science, your exams test how well you can recall this information under pressure. Understanding concepts is vital, yes, but being able to recall them precisely when needed is what gets you those marks. But let's clarify something. Memorizing isn't just about rote learning. It's about effectively retaining information so that you can recall it accurately during exams or when needed. There's a method to this. How you approach memorization can make a big difference. Techniques like spaced repetition, where you review information at increasing intervals, can significantly improve how well you remember things long term. The ability to memorize effectively is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed and honed. Now, let's bust one of the biggest myths out there. Studying for long, grueling hours is the only way to succeed. You've probably heard people boasting about how they studied for 12 hours straight before exams. It sounds impressive, right? But here's the truth. Studying for long hours a day for just a couple of days doesn't make you a top student. It's not about the number of hours you put in on one day, but about what you do consistently over time. Let's break it down. Studying for 12 hours a day might give you a temporary sense of accomplishment, but it's not sustainable. What really matters is consistency. Imagine studying just 2 hours every day, but doing it without fail, day in and day out. That's 14 hours a week, 56 hours a month, hours that add up and compound over time. Consistency builds momentum. It's like training a muscle. The more regularly you exercise it, the stronger it gets. The average student might study intensively for a few days and then burn out. But a topper? They understand the value of consistency. They spread their study sessions out, ensuring that they're continually reinforcing and building on their knowledge. This approach not only helps in retaining information better, but also reduces stress because they're not cramming everything last minute. Moreover, consistent studying allows for better understanding and integration of knowledge. It gives you the time to connect the dots, to see how different pieces of information relate to each other. This deeper understanding, combined with regular review, is what truly sets you apart. So, what's the real difference between a topper and an average student? You might think it's intelligence, but it's not that simple. Intelligence matters, sure, but what really makes the difference is habits. Habits that are formed through consistent effort and smart strategies. The average student? They work hard, yes, but often in short, intense bursts. They might pull all-nighters before exams, spend hours trying to cram everything in. But this approach is exhausting and unsustainable. It leads to burnout, stress, and ultimately, inconsistent performance. You might get through one exam, but what about the next one? This approach doesn't build lasting success. A topper, on the other hand, understands the power of consistency. They study every day, not just when exams are around the corner. They make studying a part of their daily routine, just like eating or sleeping. This doesn't mean they're studying all day long. In fact, they might study fewer hours than the average student. But those hours are focused, strategic, and consistent. They also know the importance of revision. It's not just about learning new things, it's about reinforcing what you've already learned. This is where short notes come in. Toppers make short notes of the key points, formulas, dates, and concepts that they need to remember. These notes are their go-to resource for quick revision. By regularly reviewing these notes, they keep the information fresh in their minds. This is why they don't have to cram at the last minute. They're always prepared. Let's dive deeper into short notes and why they're so powerful. When you first learn something, it's important to take detailed notes. Write down everything that seems important. Concepts, explanations, examples. But these detailed notes are just the first step. The real magic happens when you condense these notes into something more manageable. Your short notes. Short notes are a summary of the most crucial information. They're the key points, the formulas, the dates, the definitions. Everything you need to remember. The process of making short notes is itself a form of revision. It forces you to think about what's important and to organize that information in a way that makes sense to you. This makes the information easier to recall later. But making short notes is only half the battle. The other half is regularly reviewing them. You can't just make these notes and then forget about them. Set aside time every week to go through your short notes. This regular review reinforces your memory and makes sure that the information stays with you. And here's the thing, don't be afraid to memorize. There's a lot of talk about understanding over memorization, and yes, understanding is crucial. But sometimes, especially in an exam-oriented system like ours, you need to memorize certain things. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it as part of the process. Now, let's talk about something most students ignore, your body clock. This is crucial because not all hours in the day are created equal. We all have different times when we're most alert and focused, and it's important to recognize and utilize these times effectively. Some of you might be morning learners. You wake up early and your mind is fresh, ready to take on new information. For others, the evening or night might be when you're most productive. You might find that your brain works better after the day's distractions have settled down. The key is to figure out when you're most alert and schedule your toughest study sessions during that time. If you're not sure when your peak times are, pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. Track your energy levels for a week or two. Notice when you're most focused, when you start to feel sluggish, and when you tend to lose concentration. This will help you identify your natural rhythm and align your study sessions with it. Once you've figured this out, schedule your most challenging tasks for when you're at your peak. If you're a morning person, make your study sessions early in the day. If you're more of a night owl, plan your most intensive study work for the evening. This approach leverages your natural energy levels and can lead to more productive and effective study sessions. Before we wrap up, let's discuss some additional tips to help you increase your focus and productivity. First, create a dedicated study space. This should be a quiet, organized place free from distractions. When you're in this space, make it a rule that you're focused solely on studying. This helps train your brain to associate that environment with productivity. Second, manage your time effectively. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. This helps prevent burnout and keeps your mind fresh. During your study sessions, avoid multitasking. It's tempting to switch between different tasks or check your phone, but this disrupts your focus and reduces your efficiency. Third, make sure to take care of your physical health. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep all contribute to better cognitive function and focus. Your brain needs fuel and rest to perform at its best, so don't neglect these basics. Regular physical activity, even something as simple as a short walk, can boost your concentration and energy levels. Lastly, stay motivated by setting clear, achievable goals. Break your study material into smaller chunks and set specific targets for each study session. This makes studying less overwhelming and gives you a sense of accomplishment as you meet your goals. So, if you've made it this far, congratulations. But this is just the beginning. The real challenge is implementing what you've learned and sticking with it. Commitment is key. Now that you know the strategies, it's time to put them into action. Remember, this is part 1 of a series. Each video will build on the previous one, so stay tuned for the next parts, which will be released every 21 days. By the end of this series, after 63 days, you'll look back and see how much you've grown and improved. I'm confident you'll be thanking me in the comments for the transformation you've achieved. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment to start your 21-day journey. Mark your progress and hold yourself accountable. Your brain might be lazy and forgetful, but you can train it to be sharp and focused. Don't let this be just another motivational video you watch and forget. Make this a habit. Show up every day and you'll see the change. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep pushing forward. No excuses.